Hello everybody. Okay, so this is my third update from the road. For those that don't know, I've been down in the Gulf of Mexico for the past 3 weeks. I've been working with a peace organization called Operation People for Peace. I have been helping victims of the BP oil spill. I was only going to be down here for a week, but I feel compelled to stay for as long as humanly possible. I have no idea when I'm leaving, but for now, this is where I'm supposed to be. So much has happened in the past week. We just had the 2-year memorial. Yesterday, the United States government shut down the Gulf of Mexico to shrimping. This is what I've been blabbing about for the past year and a half, that the fish are sick, they're deformed, they're toxic, they're dying, they're not breeding, they're not repopulating. The Gulf is dead. The Gulf is dead in many ways. In many ways. And yesterday they finally arrested one person from the Gulf disaster, Kurt Mix. Never even heard of him. But he was an engineer, an ex-engineer that deleted a bunch of evidence, but apparently it's bullshit. He is not to blame. He is not to blame at all for the oil spill. He was an engineer that was trying to help clean up the spill, he wasn't the cause of it. And those are the people that need to be put in jail. They need to be put in prison for life. But at least there's been some momentum with somebody being arrested. It's great. We need to keep going forward with that. That's what I've been hoping for the past 2 years. I mean, that's what I've been saying. If you were a corporation, I don't care how much money you have, if you kill and poison people and murder people and people die because of your actions, you deserve to be in prison. End of story. If I went into your backyard and I poisoned your pool and your children and your whole family went swimming and died or is dying, I would be in jail. I would be in prison. But not with BP. They poisoned thousands and thousands of people. They killed hundreds of thousands of marine life. And not one person that caused the spill has been arrested. So I'm not giving up just yet. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep fighting, and that's why I'm still down here in the Gulf. I'm helping with victims. It's poverty like I've never seen before. I thought I knew poverty because, well, I've been a starving artist for a very long time. I mean, I was below poverty last year. I know what poverty is like, and I've seen poverty-stricken countries before, but what's happening in the Gulf of Mexico is much worse than I thought it was. It's people who can't afford to buy food used to go fishing for their food, for their meals. And because of the spill, they can't go fishing. So what are they eating? They're either eating the toxic fish or they're not eating. People who used to make their livings off of selling fish, they're not making livings anymore. Over 1 million people lost their jobs after the oil spill. That's a lot of people. And when you have people losing their jobs, the rest of the economy down here has collapsed. It's I can't even begin to explain what I've seen. And so the fight is not over. I just wanted to make a quick update that, we're still down here collecting claims for people who've lost their jobs. We're helping them connect with a law firm that is helping people with claims, but specifically people who are in underserved communities. And we're using the churches as a network to communicate with those people. But I just want everybody to know that the Gulf disaster, there was a lot of evidence pointing towards the fact that it was preventable. Halliburton cut corners and built a shoddy rig. BP, they all knew that the rig was going to blow. They didn't do anything to prevent it. There's evidence that the CEO of BP sold all of his stock before the oil spill happened. Why would the CEO of a company sell his own stock? Unless he knew something was going to happen. Days before the oil spill happened, Halliburton purchased a multi-million-dollar cleanup company. Days before the oil spill happened. Halliburton, who built the rig, purchased a cleanup company that cleans oil spills. They purchased it days before the oil spill blew up. Sound familiar? Yeah, sounds familiar. Some insider trading happening going on. But other than that, it's whether or not it was an accident or not, it's the largest environmental disaster, the largest man-made disaster in our nation's history. And the fish are dying, dolphins are dying, hundreds of dolphins are washing ashore. The government closed down the entire Gulf of Mexico from shrimping. Do you understand what that means? One day there might not be any fucking shrimp, people. I mean, I don't eat fish anymore. But imagine the people, it's crazy. We killed a whole part of our ocean. It's crazy. And this is why I keep going and keep fighting for this movement and fighting for the people of the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, they have nothing. They've lost everything and they're sick. A lot of people are sick and dying, and the media has started sort of talking about it. So that's it. It was preventable. They lied. They covered it up. They forced the press off of the scene of the crime. And the fish are dying. The marine life is dying. The water is toxic. People are sick. People have lost everything. Children are sick. And all we want is for the people who caused the accident to be held accountable. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot. And the people of the Gulf of Mexico are not asking for a lot. They're asking for justice. And so, yeah. So that's it. Sorry I ranted again. I'm very tired. But this is my third update from the road. I've been down here for 3 weeks, and I'll probably be here for another 3. So maybe I will make another video in a week or 2. But thanks again for your support, and continue to spread awareness about the cause. I think it's a very important issue in our nation's history. It's the largest man-made disaster in our nation's history. And yet it's the smallest movement. There are so few people fighting for this cause. But we're making progress. So they're called Gulf Coast Warriors. So I commend them, and I'm honored to call some of them my friends. They're amazing people. So anyway, bye everybody. Keep in touch.